undeniably awesome.
Must have been quite the fall.
The fall didn't kill him. It was the abrupt stop. It's a joke.
Ben Affleck and Jon Bernthal have electric chemistry.
Hey! That's my big brother up there!
It's better than the original
I think so too.
in every way. It's one of the most entertaining movies of the year.
I need green lights from here to Victory Boulevard.
Damn.
Anything else? Let's go. Braxton, thank you.
It's a family thing. Is there anything in this world better than punching somebody in the face who's got it coming?
The Accountant 2, directed by Gavin O'Connor. I mean, listen, if you have watched the first Accountant movie, I think you would kind of like the second one. But before I get into anything, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Get out of here. If you have not seen the movie, get out of here. Just get out of here. So this sequel came 8 years after the original. It was a fairly decent movie. I'm not here to bash the movie. I still think people should go see it. I liked it, semi, but there's a lot of stuff I didn't like about it. And it was more stuff I didn't like about it that I liked about it. But that doesn't mean it's a bad movie. The first one clearly is more superior, but let me just bring up what I did like about this one. Working in the mental health field and working with people who are on the spectrums of different level of autism, whether they, the different levels of it. It was good to see the development that they showed that he had in the second film versus the first one. As many of you know, the first one was really straight up serious. There wasn't really many comic relief type of moments. And I feel like that made the movie what it was. I feel like that's what made the movie kind of stand out and made it original. This second one definitely had flashes of that you see, but it also showed real flashes of what people with autism deal with, like, their social anxiety, their social awkwardness, how they are able to communicate, how their brain functions. So I do appreciate the movie from that aspect because I do feel like they highlighted that a little bit more, and they show like the I feel like a full overall pro and con of how people with those symptoms, those diagnoses actually are. And if you really deal with people that are like that, you would kind of agree, like, yeah, they did a good job with that. But some of the things I didn't like, I feel like they were forced. And like I said, spoiler alert is already involved. So the whole dating aspect, like, forcing him to basically, there's this scene in the movie where he's basically at like some place, like a dating center, and he basically is doing like speed dating. And you find out later that he like alters the algorithm because, clearly he's a smart dude if you follow the movies. But I just feel like that scene was a little bit forced, a little bit cringy, because if you watch the original one, it wasn't like as, like I said, it wasn't as like funny. They weren't trying to they weren't trying to land funny jokes. I feel like it was a more serious, gritty movie, and I feel like that's why a lot of people fell in love with the first one as much as they did. Now, this one, like I said before, I'm going to keep on saying it. It wasn't a bad movie. I still think people should go out and see it. But those are just certain things I didn't like from the movie, from the second one at all. So I just wanted to state that. I also feel like Cynthia Robinson did a good job in the movie. I know I liked her more in the first. I feel like they gave her a more vital role. This one she started off being in the movie, and then she kind of was gone. And then they kind of, she kind of was put to the side a little bit. They kind of treated her like Krillin from Dragon Ball Z. If you had to say something like that, if you understand that, you understand that. But I feel like J.K. Simmons did a good job. Ben Affleck did a good job. Of course, John did a great job. He's actually one of my favorite actors in the last 15 years from watching him on Walking Dead. I mean, of course, The Punisher. And honestly, the first movie I ever liked him in was a movie with The Rock. He was in a movie with Rock. It was called Snitch. I don't have the title or the name, but the movie was actually good. So I feel like overall, the actor standpoint, they did their thing in the movie. The movie was definitely entertaining from that standpoint, but there's just certain scenes in the movie that don't align with the original movie, and that's why I kind of was like, why they try to do that? And I get, maybe you're trying to appease to a crowd, trying to make people laugh, trying to bring in a target audience and, the newer generation. And that kind of is one of the flaws that you face when you decide to release a movie 8 years later. Like the original came out in 2016, had the same director and writer on it. So you can't even blame it on that. I looked that up. But I think maybe they were trying to target a new, younger audience by trying to be more funny and more, I don't know, relatable. Because there's this scene, like I said, there's another scene in the movie where he's like square dancing. And if you know people with autism, yes, they're socially awkward. Yes, they have these troubles communicating with certain, humans, other individuals. But they still can dominate and be very, very advanced in certain areas. So I feel like they were trying to show that. And it was a good message overall, but it was something that I didn't feel like it was necessary to see in a movie. So as an overall ranking for this movie, I'm going to give The Accountant to a 6.5 out of 10. Like, it's not a bad movie. You still should see it. I think the action scenes was pretty good. I think the acting was really good. I think Ben Affleck did a good job. It wasn't one of his best jobs at all by any means. But I just felt like, the first one, if they would have built more off that and kept that same energy for that first one, it would have been a whole different story. But they decided to go a different route a little bit, so that's why we is where we are. But at the same time, people should go see the movie. Definitely not a bad movie at all. Like I said, they shouldn't have waited 8 years from something that started in, 2016? So, I don't know. Definitely go see it. Check it out. It's definitely worth a watch for sure. It's your boy Wayne. My Life, Not Yours. This is another movie review with Wayne. Check it out.